Alright, it's been a few weeks since I put up a video. I put up the Cartia review a few weeks ago. My next review is not going to be ready for a few more weeks, and since I have no original ideas of my own, I thought I'd rip off somebody else's idea and do a video response. And today's video is from a channel called IWALVG, which I believe is I Will Always Love Video Games. They threw up a video called Is Retro Game Hunting Dead? And of course I will link their channel down below. Honestly, it's not the type of channel I normally watch. They do dumpster dives and stuff like that, and some people like that stuff. It's not really my thing, but if you like it, check it out. They also do reviews and let's plays, so definitely give them a look. But yeah, I'll go. He went over 5 points here. And he posted this video in one of my Facebook groups about a week ago, and I thought it was an interesting topic to respond to. But yeah, he brought up 5 points, and I'm going to go through points 1, 2, and 4 real quick, because I pretty much agree with those, so I'm just going to, zip through them. So his first bullet point is that deals are subjective. And yeah, I pretty much agree with this. What is a great deal to someone will not be a great deal to someone else. Some people are happy saving $5 on a game. Some people need to save $20, $30 on a game for it to be a good deal to them. Yeah, I completely agree with that. His second point was that bubbles shift and sometimes burst. And yes, again, I agree with that. NES games are expensive right now, but who knows, next year they may not be. It may be like Game Gear games that are super expensive or something. So the market shifts, and you got to keep an eye on things. Okay, and then I'm going to skip number 3. We'll come back to it. Bullet point 4 was that technology isn't completely to blame. And I know, a lot of times you go into a shop, or you're dealing with a vendor, and a lot of times they don't even price their items anymore. As soon as you go to buy something or ask how much it is, they're like, "Oh, let me check on my smartphone." And I don't know why the guy is Irish, but whatever. But yeah, they don't even price their stuff, and they check on their smartphone, and then they go by eBay or video game price charting or whatever, and then give you a price. And half the time people are like, "Well, screw that, I can just get it on eBay then, and I have buyer protection." But yeah, it's not completely to blame, because that can work in your favor too, like Neil from IWALVG said. That's a mouthful. Anyways, but yeah, he said that it can also work in your favor, because you can say, "Hey, I was looking up this game you have here on eBay, and it looks like they've been selling for $8 instead of the $20 that you have it marked for." And yeah, that can score you a good deal from time to time. So yeah, technology is not always completely to blame. Okay, so now points 3 and 5. I'm going to kind of combine them into one answer. So bullet point 3 was that there are no shortage of places to hunt. And then 5 was that location plays a role, but not that much. And I'm going to combine these because where I live in Green Bay, Wisconsin right now. I've been here for 3 years. Before this, I lived in Appleton, Wisconsin for 3 years. And in that entire time, well, outside of like Facebook and YouTube deals, because that's something completely different. We'll get to that. But outside of that, I would say I found a total of 4 deals in 6 years. That is not a good track record. And no, I don't hunt all the time. And that was one of his points, is that you can't quit. You always have to be out there. You always have to be checking online. Checking Craigslist, newspapers, checking apps. Me personally, it's not worth it. I'm not going out like 13 times a week to look for games. I'm not going to spend 2 hours, per day on eBay, and then an hour a day looking on Craigslist and checking this and that. That's not fun for me, and actually it cuts into my video game time. But yeah, I have done that in the past, where I have hardcore looked. I've gone to like thrift shops and pawn shops and game stores and yard sales and just anywhere I could think of to buy games. And in that time, I said that I've only found 4 deals, and interestingly enough, those were all at game stores or shops. And the first one was I got a free copy of Vagrant Story because the idiot at the pawn shop somehow charged $3,000 on my debit card for a $45 purchase, which I don't even know how you do that because there's no fucking 3 in 45. But yeah, what that ended up doing is making my debit card useless for the weekend because $3,000 was locked up, and it always takes like 1 business day for bad transactions to go back, on your account, or get erased, I should say. So, I went back the next day, and I talked to the manager. I'm like, isn't there anything you can do about this? Like, I have no money for the weekend. Like, I can't do anything. I can't shop. I can't buy groceries. And he said, well, I can give you a free movie. And I was like, well, can you give me a free game instead? And he's like, yeah, just, go ahead and pick out what you want. And so I picked out Vagrant Story, and, it's not really... It's a good game, but I don't know, it's not my thing. I don't really like the weapon system in it, because you have to constantly be changing weapons, and to do that, you have to enter the menu. There's no, like, quick change function, so that really annoys me about it. But that's not really the point here, so moving on. That was deal 1. Deal 2 was I found at a retro game shop, I found a Game Boy player with the disc for only $25. I think those go for like $50, I want to say, or at the time they did. That was a really good deal. And then the next deal I found, which was deal number 3, was at Goodwill. I went to pick up a PlayStation 1 copy of Tony Hawk 2, and when I got home, I noticed that the disc for Tony Hawk 2 was in there along with the disc for Tony Hawk 3. So I got a free, cheapy game, which was cool to me because I love that series. And then the final deal I got was a Game Boy Micro, which they are really, really cool, but I'm not really a fan of them because the screen actually hurts my eyes really bad for like an hour after playing it. But yeah, I want to say I found that at a retro game shop for $30 if I remember correctly. It was pretty cheap. I mean, it came with a charger and everything. It was pretty good condition too. But yeah, those 4 times, that's it in 6 years. To me, that's not really worth spending all that time and like gas money and effort going out to constantly hunt for games. And that brings me to point 5, which is location plays a role. Well, yeah, here in my area, Green Bay, the resellers here, they scoop up everything before anybody else gets a chance to get it. And you may find a good game here and there, but you'll be paying eBay prices or possibly higher. So it's really hard to find good deals here. And like I said, I've done the looking constantly thing, and going out different times of the day, going different places. It just doesn't work here. That being said, though, I have gotten some great deals from friends on YouTube and Facebook. Though they've sold me games for dirt cheap compared to the going rate, or they've traded me some really good games, or in some cases they've even given me stuff, and that is always appreciated. And so like that has kind of helped fill the void of not being able to find stuff when I go game hunting. But yeah, it would be nice to where it was like 6, 7, 8 years ago, because back then, like 90% of the time when I went out, I could find a deal somewhere, and now it's like maybe 5% of the time. Well, technically it's not dead. I mean, it's really, really hard to find stuff. And that, and the fact that people just swipe up everything. They have multiple copies of stuff, and then they you know, go to try to flip it for like 2, 3, 4 times the amount. You know, that also affects the market really badly. But yeah, that is pretty much all I wanted to say about it, I think. So yeah, I do agree with some points that he made in the video. I don't agree with points 3 and 5 about well, there is no shortage of places to hunt, I should say, but you know, it's still really hard. And location plays a role. I don't agree with that one because here it's really hard where I live. And yeah, that'll do it though. So please check out I Will Always Love Video Games. I'll put a link down in the description. And let me know how you guys feel about game hunting. If you think it's dead, leave a comment on his video as well. And that will do it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.